Have you ever looked at your life, your job, your relationships, your routines, and thought, this is fine, but why does it feel so off? Not wrong exactly, not broken, just not quite right anymore. If you've been feeling restless lately, like you're watching your own life from the outside and wondering how you ended up here, this video is for you. Because that feeling isn't anxiety and it isn't ingratitude. It might just be growth. Here are 10 signs you're outgrowing your current life. This is Life in Phases, where we explore the decisions, challenges, and milestones that shape every stage of life. There's a version of growth that's obvious. You graduate, you get the promotion, you move somewhere new. Everyone can see it happening. But there's another kind of growth that's quieter and honestly a lot harder to navigate. It's the kind where nothing dramatic has happened. Your life from the outside looks completely fine. But on the inside, something has shifted. And you can't figure out if you're just going through a phase or if you're standing at the edge of something much bigger. Most people in that moment either push the feeling down, telling themselves they should be grateful, or they make a chaotic panic change that doesn't actually fix anything. What I want to give you today is a little more clarity, because if you can recognize what outgrowing something actually looks like, you can start moving intentionally instead of just feeling stuck. Number 1, your Sunday nights feel heavier than they used to. You're on the couch on a Sunday evening. Nothing is technically wrong. Dinner was fine, the weekend was fine, but there's this low hum of dread that you just can't quite explain. And it starts earlier every week. Sunday dread isn't always burnout. Sometimes it's your mind registering before you consciously will that this week is a repeat of last week, which is a repeat of the week before. Start paying attention to when exactly the feeling kicks in and what triggers it. Is it the thought of a specific meeting, a specific person, the commute, the work itself? Getting specifics tells you what needs to change, and it's almost never everything. When the end of your weekend feels like a countdown to the following weekend, that's not just tiredness, that's a clue. Number 2, the things that used to excite you now just feel fine. You wrap up a project you worked hard on, something that would have thrilled you 2 years ago, and you sit back and feel almost nothing. Not proud, not disappointed, just done. You wonder if you've changed or if something is wrong with you. Emotional flatness about things you've genuinely cared about is information, not a character flaw. It usually means that the version of the goal has run its course. Instead of forcing excitement that isn't there, notice what does still move you, even small things. A conversation, an article you couldn't stop reading, a project you stayed up for voluntarily. That's where the energy is actually going now. Indifference, when it replaces genuine excitement, is one of the quietest signs that a chapter is closing. Number 3, you're craving conversations your current circle can't give you. You're at a dinner with people you've known for years and you love them, but the conversation keeps looping around the same topics and you find yourself nodding along somewhere else in your head, wishing you could talk about something real. This isn't a verdict on your friendships. People grow at different rates and in different directions, and that's okay. But if you're constantly feeling like you can't say what's actually on your mind, you need to find spaces where you can. A class, a community, a new professional circle, even a book club. You don't have to leave the people you love. You might just need to add. Loneliness in a room full of people you care about is one of the strangest feelings and one of the clearest signs you're reaching for something new. Number 4, you started questioning things you never thought to question before. You're filling out something you routinely do, a goal-setting template, a performance review, a 5-year plan, and you stop mid-sentence and think, who decided this was what a good life looks like? And then you feel a little unsettled that you're asking it. When you start questioning assumptions you once took for granted, how you spend your time, what you're working towards, who you're becoming, don't shut it down. These questions are your brain catching up to something your gut already knows. Sit with them. Write them down. You don't need to have the answers yet. The fact that you're asking them is the point. The questions you start asking are often more revealing than the answers you already have. Number 5, you feel out of place in rooms that used to feel like home. You're back somewhere familiar, a hometown gathering, an old group chat, a work event you've attended every year, and you're present, you're friendly, but you feel like you're watching from the outside, like the fit is just a little off now. This is not arrogance and it's not ingratitude. It's what happens when the version of you that naturally belonged in a certain room has changed. You don't have to stop loving those rooms, but pay attention to which new rooms feel more alive to you. When familiar places start to feel small, it's usually because you've gotten bigger. Number 6, you're suddenly drawn to people who are living differently than you. You find yourself paying close attention to someone who quit a stable career to do something unconventional, or moved countries, or built something from scratch. You used to scroll past those stories, but now you slow down for them and you're not entirely sure why. Who are you secretly studying right now? Envy, when you sit with it honestly, it's usually just desire in disguise. It's pointing at something you want for yourself but haven't given yourself permission to want yet. Don't dismiss it. Ask, what specifically about their life is drawing me in? Is it the freedom, the work itself, the risk they took? That specific thing is the actual sign. What you're consistently drawn to tells you something real about where you want to go. Number 7, your tolerance for things that don't align with you has gotten very low. You're in a meeting or a conversation or a situation you've been in 100 times before, and something that just used to roll off you now genuinely depletes you. You leave feeling like something was taken from you and you can't quite explain the intensity of it. This isn't you becoming difficult, it's you becoming clearer. When your patience for misaligned situations shrinks, it's usually because somewhere internally you've clarified what you actually value and the gap between that and your current reality has gotten harder to ignore. Use this as a mapping tool. What specifically is draining you? That's the thing that needs to change. When what used to feel annoying now feels like a waste of something you can't get back, that's not impatience, that's self-awareness. Number 8, you keep daydreaming about a different version of your life. You're in the middle of something ordinary, commuting, in a meeting, doing dishes, and your mind wanders to a version of your life that looks noticeably different. And you keep coming back to it consistently. It's not random, it's the same pull again and again. Persistent daydreams are not an escape, they're information. Your mind doesn't keep returning to something for no reason. The next time you catch yourself in one of those daydreams, don't shake it off. Instead, ask, what is the core element that keeps showing up? Is it the freedom, the type of work, the environment, the people around you? That's the actual goal underneath the fantasy. Your daydreams are not distractions, they are directions. Number 9, you started taking better care of yourself and it's changing your choices without you fully planning it. You realize you've naturally started going to bed earlier, saying no to the things that leave you feeling worse. You started eating differently and also started pulling back from the noise you used to tolerate without thinking about it. Nobody told you to. You just started. When you naturally gravitate towards choices that protect your energy, that's growth presenting as self-respect. It might make you feel a little disoriented to you and to the people around you, but stay the course. These shifts are often the first visible sign that something is reorganizing internally. Pay attention to what you're protecting your energy for, not just what you're protecting it from. How you treat yourself is always a reflection of how clearly you can see your own value. Number 10, you're scared and excited at the same time about the same thing. There's something you keep circling on, a decision, a direction, a change, and every time you get close to it, you feel both pulled in and completely terrified. And it's been that way for a while. The fear has not gone away, neither has the pull. That combination of fear and excitement living in the same place is one of the most reliable signs you're on the edge of real growth. Fear alone might be a warning. Excitement alone might just be novelty. But both at the same time, that's almost always worth paying attention to. The goal isn't to eliminate the fear first, it's to get clear on whether it's fear of failure or fear of how much things might actually change if you go for it. The things that scare you and pull you in equal measure are usually the ones worth chasing. None of the things I just described are problems. They're not symptoms of something wrong with you. They're signs that the version of you from a year ago or 5 years ago built something. And now the version of you today is standing in it, looking around and realizing it might be time to build something bigger. Outgrowing a life isn't a failure of that life. It means it did its job. It held you while you were becoming someone who needed more. You don't have to blow everything up. You don't have to have a plan yet. But if this video landed somewhere real for you, trust that. That quiet knowing is worth listening to. If one of these signs hit differently for you, drop it in the comments. I'll genuinely love to know which number you're sitting with right now. And if you're in a season of transition and want more videos like this one, subscribe. We cover the real stuff here, the in-between moments, the phases nobody prepares you for. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.